YouTube, this is Vargas recording live from the Vargas Vault, decked out in my Star Wars shirt with my Star Wars lightsabers, as a special video response to a great YouTuber, a YouTuber that I followed for many years now, and he's on the cusp of reaching 1,000 subs, and that is my man, Moviejohn, the artist formerly known as Moviejohn75. If you haven't heard about him, he's a great YouTuber. He does collection updates. He does out and abouts, vlogs. He does a whole bunch of stuff. He likes to keep his channel different, and he recently started posting Angry John, which is a video skit of him doing anger videos. But he's really cool. Definitely, please give his videos a watch. Sub to Moviejohn, because it would be really cool to see him reach 1,000 subs. But this is a video response to him, because a couple of days ago he posted a pickup video, wherein he got all 3 of the original VHS releases of Star Wars, the Red Band Star Wars VHS releases. And he posted the question if anyone knew out there of any other versions of the Star Wars movies. And the thing about Star Wars is that every time that they get released, they tend to alter things. At first it was very small details, like when Star Wars, the first movie came out, it was just called Star Wars. But it was a big hit and everything, so then Star Wars Episode 2, The Empire Strikes Back, came out. So they added the subtitle of Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, so to indicate that it was part of a bigger picture. And then they started, when the special editions came out, they started adding on CGI, and then they kept doing it and doing it and doing it, to the point where honestly they've messed up a bunch of iconic scenes. But in response to his video, these are the only VHS copies of Star Wars that I own, mostly for 2 reasons. One, I don't have a VHS player, and that's kind of on purpose, because if I know if I bought a VHS player, I would start collecting VHS, and I buy so many DVDs, I don't want to add something else to the pile. I mean, I buy comic books, I buy DVDs, a whole bunch of DVDs. I buy I haven't bought a Nerf gun in months, or a video games, but I collect a lot of stuff, so I don't want to add VHS to the pile. But I have made the exception for Star Wars, and these are my only copies of Star Wars on VHS. Now, the Red Band VHS editions that Moviejohn got, as far as I can research, are the first releases of the Star Wars trilogy. So after a while where they were in theater, they released them on VHS, which is the copies that Moviejohn has. Now, the copies that I have here are the last releases of the original trilogy before being special editionized, before they started adding the CGI and all that. So what we have here is a box set. It's beat up, but it's the way it goes with VHS. It has a proof of purchase, Star Wars Trilogy number 609, and it has a little text scroll here supposedly written by George Lucas, and it says, "The appeal of Star Wars has gone beyond anything I could have ever imagined. I am pleased that for the final video release of Star Wars in its original version, we can present it with the best sound and picture quality yet available, thanks to THX Digital Mastering. In the years to come, I hope you, your children, and your children's children will enjoy not only this trilogy, but also the adventures yet to come in the continually unfolding Star Wars universe." So, this is already a form of altered Star Wars. Like I said, the Red Band releases are the original editions as they came out in the theater. This one has gone through a cleanup in image and sound quality. So already these have a slight alteration in video and sound quality. So let's look at it. So you have Vader here, and Vader here. And then you have the first movie, Star Wars, with Vader on the cover. And you have Obi-Wan, Princess Leia, Chewbacca, Han Solo, C-3PO, and Luke Skywalker. And the VHS, Star Wars, A New Hope, with a running time of 124 minutes. So that's Star Wars. And you have The Empire Strikes Back with a stormtrooper here on the cover and the AT-ATs in the Hoth battle. In the back, you have the late great Carrie Fisher, Darth Vader in that iconic scene in Cloud City, Han and Leia, and Luke and Yoda. And you have VHS, it says Empire Strikes Back, with a running time of 128 minutes. And then you have Return of the Jedi with Yoda and that iconic battle on top of Endor in the second Death Star. You have Luke and Leia on the back with, of course, the also iconic slave girl Princess Leia, the Ewoks, and Leia, Jabba the Hutt, and Han Solo again. And you have VHS, Return of the Jedi, with a running time of 134 minutes. So, these are the other releases of Star Wars before they released on special edition. So, as far as I've been able to piece together, Moviejohn, the way that it goes is that it's the red band VHSs that you got. Then these, as far as I know, there might be other releases, but this is the only one I've been able to find. So that's the first release. Then they digitally remastered the sound and quality in these ones, but they're still the original versions with the practical effects and everything, done practically, and the effects that they used originally with the models and everything like that. Then they released the special editions, which came in this golden box, which is the same special editions that came out on DVD. I don't know where the ones you got, the ones that came in the box set that flip open like that. I don't know where those fit in. I don't know if they're before the special edition or after the special edition, but those fit in there too. And of course, they released, like I said, on DVD, these special editions in a silver for full screen, for widescreen, and gold for full screen. Because that's the other thing. When they released on VHS, they released on full screen and widescreen. So if you put the widescreen on a normal TV, you would get black bars on top and at the bottom, and then full screen would stretch the image, but you would lose things on the end. So that's two different versions of Star Wars. Then they released, but those are out of print and really expensive and hard to find. But they did release the original trilogy, these versions, the unaltered with no CGI DVD releases of the original Star Wars trilogy. However, like I said, that's out of print and expensive as hell, but I would like to own those. And then they released the Blu-rays, both separate. They had the first and the prequels in separate DVD cases, and then the whole saga in a really cool box set with Anakin Skywalker in Tatooine. And then recently they re-released them again on Blu-ray in individual steelbooks. And like I said, every time they've released, they have, since the special edition, they have altered things here and there. They've added CGI. Of course, the infamous Han shot first, where in the original, in these ones, Han Solo shot first, but then in the special editions, Greedo shot first, and then when they released them again, they shot at the same time, which was nonsense. What else? They changed the singing scene in Tatooine in Return of the Jedi. They added these CGI monsters. In A New Hope, they added some CGI creatures on Tatooine again, where the stormtroopers are looking for C-3PO and R2-D2, and again in Tatooine, in Mos Eisley, to make it look bigger. So that was cool because it kind of made it look like a bigger place than it originally was. So I was okay with that. Of course, when the Death Star blows up, in the original it was just like an explosion, and then in the special editions it was like a supernova thing. And but the worst thing, the worst thing that I've seen them do in the Blu-rays is that in Return of the Jedi, when Darth Vader picks up the Emperor to kill him, in the original one he didn't say anything. He was looking at Luke, then the Emperor, then Luke, then the Emperor, and then something inside him snaps, and he picks up the Emperor and just tosses him onto the Death Star and kills him. But in the Blu-ray releases, he picks up the Emperor, screams "No!" and then tosses him, and that was stupid. I'm sorry for that. I don't know who made that decision, but that was stupid. That ruined Return of the Jedi, because that was stupid. I'm sorry about that. That was dumb. That was really dumb. So it's very interesting to collect for Star Wars. If you want to collect every version of Star Wars, you do have to track down a lot, because they do, like I said, since the special editions, they do keep changing stuff here and there. So it's I don't know why George Lucas isn't happy with the original product. It was a game changer in special effects, in movies. It inspired a whole bunch of people and a legion of fans. But George Lucas is never happy, and he keeps messing with the formula to the point where, you know, he does some really weird things like that. No. So yeah, that's garbage. But it's very interesting to collect for Star Wars, and I would like to own all the different versions, at least the Blu-rays and the original on, like, these versions, unaltered versions on DVD. I hope that somewhere down the line they do release on Blu-ray, that you can see the original ones on Blu-ray without any CGI, and then, you know, whatever garbage they want to release afterward. But yeah, in response, keeping it short as I possibly can, Moviejohn, these are the only other versions of Star Wars on VHS that I know of, other than the red band, other than the special editions in the gold box, and other than the one that you already own that is a box set that opens up like that. So those are the 4 versions of Star Wars that I know of on VHS. So yeah, I'm gonna cut this now. So thanks so much for watching. I'm Moviejohn. I hope you enjoyed the really long response video. But until I see you all again, this is Vargas recording and signing off from the Vargas Vault. Thanking you all and signing out.